Good evening, Professor. My name is Arialem Rosquete. This week, I'm going to make the presentation based on the case study of Cynthia Cooper and Wordm, one of the great companies of the world of telecommunication and the internet of the United States. In this report, I will basically demonstrate what are the responsibility and the ethical position that I would assume being the business administrator of WorldCom, given the suspicion of the company's vice president Cynthia Cooper about the operation of the same. From the ethical point of view, what would be my recommendation and suggestion to her consent? Before I start, I will talk a little bit about WorldCom. This company began as a small long-distance service provider in small Mississippi. During this time period of the early 1990s, its business model was the release of large distance telephone service from the largest telephone company like AT&T, individual customers, and businesses. It subsequently became a long-distance service provider from the acquisition of several companies and red installation in the mid of 1980. From 1990 to 2001, WorldCom increased its report revenue from $154 million to $39.2 billion. It became the second largest long-distance telephone company in the United States and one of the largest companies that handle internet data traffic. It was a truly global telecommunication company with 22 million customers and international presence in more than 100 countries. As an administrator, my responsibility is to give Cynthia good and objective advice based on her concern and to make decisions that meet the goal of resolving the problem that is suspect. First, professional ethics require that as part of the board, it must listen to views and consent of other managers and share objective thinking about what needs to be done with respect to company audit issue. Once you know what the concerns are, I will ask you to keep track of what has been happening with respect to the company's audit issue and at the same time collect evidence to support your conclusion and argument. Within my responsibility, I must establish a professional relationship based on trust. I must maintain a position that allows manager and employee to approach when they have concern or suggestion in order to achieve the best job of the company. I must suggest that her to you research and collect as much evidence as you need to support the concern you have. I must tell her to use all the tools and resources for her research, and in that case, the company can help her provide everything she needs and she do it for the good of the company in general. In this type of scenario, the ethical theory and position of many recognized philosophers who deals with issue of socialization and her fulfillment of responsibility within an organization are put into practice. Applying Immanuel Kant's theory, in this case specifically, I consider from the ethical point of view that both Cynthia Cooper and her perception and suspicion of certain problems of the company, such a WorldCom business manager, have the goodwill of the company. Moral law regardless of their interests or desires as formulated by Kantian ethic. If we act out of fear and not out of respect for duty in the moral law, action will not be moral, or, nor would they be found gaining later benefit. On the other hand, we can link in this study the ethical position of Professor George Brenket, other important philosopher, who addresses the ethical issue underlying the main areas of marketing, such as marketing research, distribution, advertising, and retailing. It adds direction and meaning to the problems of ethics in marketing by reflecting on consensus as individual choice, freedom and responsibility, satisfaction of desire, non-conserve, and change and instrumental efficiency. In this case, Cooper definitely assumed his individual choice in the face of the suspicion he had and decided to share her idea, with one of the directors of the organization with the aim of solving it. In this case study, we put another ethical reason that can like it to this specific case, in that of the philosopher Cicela Box, who explored a little more about the psychology of lies, the consequence and the danger of deception. Box say a good man never lie, and the lie is another way to gain power over other people through manipulation. So in this case, it is up the business manager to ensure that all the techniques and ethical theory recited by Box are applied, so that the suspicion of Cooper are far from being a manipulation to gain greater hierarchy within the company. This topic in general is very interesting and derive many opinions from the point of view of professional ethics that must have all the managers and employees of the organization, as well as the responsibility of each of the party. The most important thing in this case to know is that the image of the organization in what each of its parts reflect, and professional ethics is one of the more interest elements for manager and employer in all types of organization. I hope that the practical example will serve all students and readers to put this theory into practice in our daily and professional life. This is all for my presentation. Good night for everybody. Thank you.